There's a lot of Scream movies, man.
Hello?
Why don't you want to talk to me?
Who is this?
You tell me your name, I'll tell you mine.
This isn't funny, Amber.
Would you like to play a game, Tara?
You ready for this? Never.
Not that that's a bad thing. See, I love the Scream franchise. I love Ghostface. I love almost every movie in this entire franchise. But it got me to thinking the other day, which is the best Scream movie and which is the worst? And so today, we're going to figure that out together. This is my curated list of movies. We have 1 through 7, which means we have the first 4 kind of original movies, right? The ones that started out. One started in 1996. For those of you who are young, old like me, 1996 doesn't seem all that long ago. For those of you who are actually young, it was a while ago. Yeah, no, it was a while ago. It definitely took place a while ago. But for those of us like myself, hey guys, we're good, man. Nothing to worry about. We're in our prime. Okay, so together, let's go through this. Scream 1, 1996, Scream 1, Drew Barrymore coming out. And I remember this movie popping up all over TV and how badly my friends and I wanted to go see it. Obviously, in 1996, I was not quite old enough to be able to see a movie quite like Scream. However, growing up in a small town, there were little workarounds you could do, such as buying a ticket to a different movie and then sauntering your way into the adult theater screen. And that's exactly what we did with Scream. And so for me, Scream 1 will always be S tier. It will always live up near the top, not only because I think it's a great, cheesy, horrifically bad, great movie, but because, you know, I watched it recently with my 15-year-old daughter, and it's so funny to watch how, how some of the things are definitely antiquated, even by this short span of time. But it's a great movie. I really enjoyed it. It was a fun watch with my 15-year-old to see her watch it through teenage eyes, at the same as I did when I was her age watching Scream for the first time. But Scream, great movie. Ghostface, the introduction of that classic Halloween villainous character. You know, he's sort of this generation's Michael Myers. You know, Michael Myers came out in the 70s, and it was really, you know, a very low budget movie. This movie, not so much low budget. It had a lot of really big A-list stars in it, so it's not similar in that way. But Ghostface, I mean, first off, this movie was based off of a real crime, and the mask looks really weird. It's not really all that terrifying. His suit, even in number 1, he was glittery. He had a glittery suit, man. And it's hilarious that Ghostface had glitters to him, but like a shimmer to his cloak. Yeah, anyway, the movie came out and it was amazing and I loved it. And you know what? As a 43-year-old man, I still love this movie. Okay, going on to the next tier, or is it the same tier? Is it S tier? We're going on to Scream 2. Scream 2, I've always said this about Scream 2. I love Scream 2. I think Scream 2 is a great movie. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. But if I have to rank movies, if I have to rank this franchise fairly, then honestly, I mean, Scream 2, as great as it is next to Scream 1, it honestly falls into the A tier. It falls just beneath the S tier, the top flagship movie, because it was good. It was great. And if you liked Scream 1, you'll like Scream 2, but it really didn't do anything different. It didn't break the mold. It didn't shock you in any way. It was starting to show that very formulaic Scream format that it was going to use for the remainder of the films. And there's nothing wrong with that. It was great. But I mean, it doesn't belong in the S tier in my view. It's a good movie for sure, but not nothing phenomenal. And so for that reason alone, I have to throw it into the A tier. And then moving on to Scream 3 and Scream 4. I loved these movies. These movies were really, really great. But I mean, honestly, if we have to really truly look at the Scream franchise, right? We had Scream 1 that came out in 1996, and then Scream 2 came out a year later in 97. So of course it was going to be very similar. And then from 97, we had a bit of a break into Scream 3, 2000. So I was just a year before graduation and Scream 3 came out. And so I was a little bit older now, and I was really excited because, hey, you know, I could actually go see this movie. I mean, not really, but really I could. And I loved the characters and everything. And I know they didn't bring back all the cast, but for the most part, the cast was there. And so I really didn't mind the movie overall. And so if I have to be honest about Scream 3, it's not a B tier, man. It's got to go C tier. It wasn't what I wanted it to be after that break from 97 to 2000. It really didn't do anything different. I went to the movie and I ended up leaving there liking it because, part of it was I went on an adventure with my friends and we watched this movie in the theater, and then, we ended up having a great time afterwards. And so it has some memories attached to it, but without those things attached, the movie as itself, I watched it recently. It was honestly so-so. It really was. It was so-so. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't top of the line next to the other Scream movies. It really wasn't. And then we move into Scream 4, obviously. And Scream 4 came out a little while after, I think 11 years, 2011, I think is when Scream 4 came out. And it's it's not bad. It really is. It's very cheesy. It's very campy. But I actually, for Scream 4, I actually ended up liking it more than Scream 3. And not drastically more, not like A tier more, but definitely better than Scream 4 or Scream 3. Sorry. Scream 3 just really didn't do much for me. It was just kind of a movie that existed. I had more fun with the social aspect of going to see it with my friends and of looking back on it with nostalgia, but revisiting this movie in my 40s and watching it. Yeah, it really was, out of those first 4 movies, it really was my least favorite one by a fairly significant margin. Not a D margin where it's just a terrible movie, because it's not terrible. I mean, the movies are all terrible, but they're terrible in a good way. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, right? So yeah, Scream 3, it lives in the C tier for me. And then from there, we move on to the newer movies. Jenna Ortega taking the mantle a little from Neve Campbell, even though Neve Campbell does make an appearance in these movies as well. But Jenna Ortega, right? Jenna Ortega has sort of became a name for herself. She's kind of shown to be the Christina Ricci of these times and does a really good job in these kind of roles and in these kind of darker movies. When the new Scream came out, I was really excited to revisit it as an adult, to revisit this movie, this franchise, Ghostface, with this new story. And so when it came out, I watched it, and you know what? Boom, it goes up into B tier, or A tier, sorry. It goes into A tier. It's right next to Scream 2, not quite Scream 1. Scream 1 still holds the mantle for me, but it really was a great Scream movie. And I think Jenna Ortega really held her own and really carried the movie in a lot of ways. And I really enjoyed the new story. It wasn't groundbreakingly shocking at the end of the movie of who the killers were. It's like, oh, okay, well, there's that. But what do we expect them to do at this point, right? Ghostface is based on human characters. And I know Michael Myers was technically a human character as well. However, he was known as the Shape. He had some sort of supernatural mystique around him, even though he was portrayed as a normal 5-year-old boy through into an adulthood. But there was something menacing and just unearthly about him. Whereas straight from the very inception of Scream, it was just troubled minds, human troubled people that could do menacing, terrible things, but they were always human. And so, yeah, this newest Scream movie that came out, or the new iteration of Scream movies that came out, didn't break the mold, didn't rewrite this horror genre, didn't do anything super memorable, but it's a lot of fun to sit down and watch. And I had fun with it. I really didn't mind it at all. And then we move into Scream 6. Scream 6 was all right. I mean, the whole hospital setting is funny. Speaking of, you may not know this about me, but I worked as a paramedic for a lot of years. I've never seen a hospital so empty with no nurses anywhere in my entire life. But that was one thing that always struck me. I'm like, where the hell are all the nurses? What are they doing here? There's no, oh my God. But, it was a fun movie to watch. But much like Scream 1 to Scream 2, this one, Scream 5 to Scream 6, this falls into the B tier because I had a lot of fun watching it, but it wasn't better than Scream 5. Scream 6 was a very competent and fun movie to watch. It was a lot of fun. I really, truly enjoyed it. And I thought that it was a nice kind of culmination of those two movies. I thought there was some fun moments in the movie. I thought that the hospital was a lot of fun for me to be a part of just because of my whole medical background. But it really didn't do anything too different to make me think that it was way better than Scream 5. And then we move into Scream 7. Now, I'm going to be completely transparent here. I have not seen Scream 7 as of 8, although it does look really, really good.
This is it.
Can't believe we're staying at the Psycho Killer B&B.
Oh, that's so cool. It's a motion detector.
Hello?
Hello, Sydney. Did you miss me? Nice little town you found. You and your pretty daughter. Reminds me of where we grew up.
Well, you sure know a lot about me for another asshole hiding behind a voice changer.
Oh, I'm not hiding, Sydney. Not this time.
Down to the end.
I want to be a fighter like you. If you hurt her.
I'm not going to hurt her until you're here to see it.
Let's unmask this fucker.
All your friends died for just being near you.
Where is my daughter? Tatum, listen to me. He's trying to find another way in. We're gonna do this together. You're gonna have to shoot him through the wall. Where? To the right of the door. Shoot him now! Do it now! Oh, you got him. He's dead. You need to make sure you shoot him in the head.
I'm gonna burn it all down.
Mother...
This is gonna be fun.
So with that out of the way, I'm going to make a prediction for Scream 7. The reason I haven't watched it yet is because I was trying to get my daughter to watch it with me. She just hasn't been interested. She's 15, so obviously her interests change. So I've kind of been trying to do the patient thing, trying to hold out and wait. However, September is coming, and September is when I always turn on my favorite spooky movies, Halloween movies, all my Peanuts, for Charlie Brown and the Peanuts, Great Pumpkin. I start September 1st through to the end of Halloween is my spooky season, and that's when I watch all these movies, and I'll probably rewatch all these Scream franchises again, but I will start with Scream 7 because I want to see this movie. I want to see what I think of it, but I'm going to make a prediction of Scream 7. And if those of you have seen it, let me know down in the comments without spoilers, please, without spoilers, but let me know in the comments if I'm way out to lunch, if I'm wrong, if my guess is pretty accurate, or if I completely poached the bed. But are you ready? Okay. So this is my prediction for Scream 7, where I think it's going to fit in my tiered list of Scream movies. We are going to go into, this is it's the penultimate movie of Scream, as we know so far. I'm going to put it up in the B. I think it's going to be a B tier. I think it's going to be a B tier movie. I don't think it's going to be terrible. I don't think it's going to be particularly breathtaking. I don't think it's going to do anything that's going to make me feel completely satiated. I think it's going to satisfy my Scream love and not make me yearn for the next one. I think that this is going to be one of those movies that just continues on the franchise, and then years from now they're going to make another one. And I'm probably going to love that one too, and it might even become an A tier. But as of now, the Scream franchise looks like this. We have Scream 1 in the S tier, Scream 2 in the A tier, Scream 3 in the C tier, dropped down a couple of spots. Scream 4 in B tier. Scream 5 up in A tier. So pretty high up there. Scream 5 in the B tier. And Scream 6 in the B tier. And Scream 7 in B tier. So Scream 1 A or S, Scream 2 in A, Scream 3 C, Scream 4 B, and 5 and or 6 and 7 in B tier. I think that's a fairly competent list. Like I said, if I've gotten the guess for Scream 7 wrong, please let me know down in the comment section below. But please try and do it without spoilers. I would really appreciate the no spoilers thing. But anyway, what do you think of that list? Let me know if I'm way out to lunch on this. If I got it fairly similar, how would you rank it? Let me know in the comment section. Give me the S tier ranking. Maybe I'll put that in a pinned comment. And you guys can just tell me where you would rank the movies down below. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one of Matthew Does Macabre. Happy Halloween, everybody. Spooky season begins very, very soon.